Hello and welcome to another episode of DIY Music. This week we're talking about my sister's Doctor Who Tardis Cigar Box Guitar, or Guitardis as I like to call it, that I made for her. So first off, you have to get the shape that you want. In this case it's made out of top and back or plywood and then some really thin craft wood. And I created it in 5 layers, plywood top and bottom, pine in the filler, and then oak on the inside for strength. This is the back here. You can see that craftwood is very thin, but enough to create that relief and detail that I was looking for. All the patterns you make on the computer, or I did, and print on paper and then trace it onto your wood. That's the way I've always done it. I got the neck off of this cheapo Barbie guitar that I used a heat knife and melted the neck off of it. That's the heat knife there. Found it in a dumpster. Church was throwing it away and came in real handy. There's the neck after I've gotten it off the body of the Barbie guitar. Exactly what I needed, just a simple neck. Now you can see the join there is pretty burnt, but with wood filler and copious wood glue, and it all works out. So there's the base. I cut that separately so that the bottom would be perfectly flat so that it would be able to stand up, but same assembly there. Pine on the outside, oak on the core for strength, so I can screw strap buttons into it and attach things to that oak and it's not going to go anywhere. There's gluing the top on, just putting heavy objects on the top instead of clamping it the right way. And then there's the sides, gluing those in. Those are just pine. Actually clamped that time. There's the Barbie guitar prepped to be painted. The neck, that is. I taped off the fingerboard so it wouldn't get, and nut so it would get paint on it. And then you see the bottom there. It's nice and flat, and then I put another perfectly flat piece of oak there on the bottom. Clamp that on. Same with the top there. Just clamping everything together and having it dry. And there's the Barbie guitar neck with the metallic blue paint that I was using to match the look of the Tardis, but spice it up a little bit. And there's the top and sides of the body after first pass, really wet lacquer there. There's the back. I was going to do white windows in the back, but decided against it because it looked bad and streaked, so I just painted the back solid blue. But there's the pieces that for the windows inserts on the front, and that's just that really thin craft wood again. And you see the body and the neck hanging up together in my garage. It's a house that I don't live in anymore. It's in Wilmington. I'm currently trying to sell. There's the various paints I use, the primer for the lacquer, the blue metallic lacquer, and white gloss enamel, all Rust-Oleum from Walmart. And there's me gluing the neck on. Clamps, once again, wood glue, all your standard things. So once that was dry, I brought it inside. You can see it freestands because of the way I designed the base, which is pretty cool. And then there's the windows put in, and that's just white pantyhose hot glued to the back of that craft wood so that the sound would still be able to escape, but I could have that window opaque look. So there's the back glued on, and you see I put a big screw into the oak core to hold that neck heel in place. So there it is, freestanding. I signed the headstock there in blue Sharpie, so it'd be a nice blue on blue subtle sort of thing. And there she is, strung up for the first time. It's 4 strings, baritone ukulele tuning, but steel string. My dog Roxy making an appearance. I wanted the bridge to be really minimal, so it's just this tapered piece of dowel. The strings mount in the heel and the base there. Putting the graphics on with Mod Podge. These were pulled from various online sources. People have recreated the graphics from the Tardis. You see I created the banner police call box there, and that's me getting that in place to glue. There's a close-up of it. You can see that pantyhose sitting on the back side of that craft wood for the windows. Works surprisingly well. And then putting public on the last fret area there to complete the banner. And there she is, all strung up again. And the strings, the wood holding the ball ends is recessed there in the bottom, so it doesn't affect the freestanding of the instrument. Yeah, the nut is actually a slotted part of a Bic pen. I just had the look close enough to the look I wanted, because I had to reslot the nut for 4 strings since it was originally designed for 6, but on the Barbie guitar the neck was too narrow for that anyways. So here it is, finished, hanging out in my bathroom, trying to get a decent picture of the thing. Overall, very pleased with how it turned out. My sister seemed to really like it, and it's just one of those fun things to make an instrument that is in the vein of a franchise for a real fan who's going to lose their mind over it. Demo time! Hey, thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe so I can keep this kind of craziness headed your way. Thanks!